When you find yourself smitten, it can be hard to get the guy you're into off your mind. From daydreaming about your future together to reminiscing about the last date you went on, he may be monopolizing all of your thoughts. That said, how can you do the same to him? How can you get your man to think about you and only you? Would you believe me if I said that setting the right tone in your text messages can do the trick and make him feel intense love and desire for you? Stay tuned to find out. Hey ladies, Amy North here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a relationship coach from Vancouver, BC, or you may even recognize me from my program, The Devotion System, which is a woman's guide for finding and locking down the love you want and deserve. Anyways, whether this is your first time stopping by my channel or you're a regular, thanks for checking this out. Now, today I want to talk to you about something that so many of us women find ourselves faced with at some point or another, and that's getting the guy you're crazy about to feel that same feeling. But before I jump into the top 5 things you can and should do in your text to make those lovey-dovey feelings mutual, I want to quickly talk about the biggest mistake women make when on this quest, and that's seeming desperate. See, there's a fine line between showing interest in a man and coming across as clingy. Since your goal is to make him feel intense feelings of desire for you, then it's important that you send the right text messages, and more importantly, you're going to want to avoid blowing up his phone. Sure, this may force yourself on his mind, but that's not necessarily a good thing. In fact, you may even be better off with him not thinking about you at all than thinking about you because you're driving him nuts. So again, even if you think he's the best thing since sliced bread, he still needs to feel like he can't just have you. Instead, you're going to want to create a bit of a challenge for him by letting him know that you're interested, but not too easy a catch. I could go on and on here, but rather than focusing too much on the chasing game, I want to talk about some other key pointers to keep in mind while texting him. That said, if you do want to learn some insanely powerful tips for making him pine after you, then check out some of my other dating advice videos on my channel. Speaking of which, if you enjoy this video or find what you learn here helpful, then please take a quick moment to click the subscribe button below. I'll appreciate the support, and it's you ladies who allow me to keep coming out with new videos. Now that that's out the way, let's talk about the top ways to make a man feel intense love and desire for you. To make this easy as pie, I've come up with 5 personal tips that you can use when texting to get the guy you're into not only thinking about you, but head over heels with desire. Number 1, be bold. You've probably heard this a million times, which is partially why it's first on my list. But have you ever really thought about what being bold or being confident actually means? If you haven't, then listen up, because this goes far beyond looking good or speaking your mind. Instead, being bold is about genuinely loving and appreciating yourself for who you are and what you do. To make this happen, you're going to have to set aside some time and tune into your own head and heart. Maybe take a solo stroll, do some thinking, or perhaps you write it out on a list. Either way, recognizing your strengths and what makes you such a great catch is important if you're looking to find love. Doing this, you can expect to come across your flaws too. But guess what? That's actually a good thing. When you can pinpoint your weaknesses in the areas of your life that need a little bit of extra focus and love, then you'll have much more luck improving them. So don't freak out if you realize there are a dozen things you don't like about yourself. Now is the time to change. Once you have sorted through your thoughts and come to terms with where you're at in life, now it's time to boost your confidence. Of course, there are countless ways to do so, but to get you started, make a point to focus on the good in your life. This kind of positivity will translate into confidence in your text messages and is a great first step. Next, pick up some new projects or get around to tackling those dreams of yours that have been on the back burner. Again, the options here are endless, so find something that makes you happy and stick with it. Making these personal pleasures a part of your life is going to have an astounding impact on your texting relationship, and not to mention that they make for great texting topics. If you're interested in learning more powerful ways to boost your boldness and become any man's dream woman, then visit my site and watch the free video presentation. The URL is www.coachnorth.com/texting, and to make it easy for you, I'll post it in the description below. Believe me, ladies, you don't want to miss this one. Number 2, challenge him. As I briefly touched on already, if you're looking to make a man feel intense love and desire for you, then it's crucial that you make him work for it. After all, as the old saying goes, nothing good comes easy. Well, I could go on about how men are born hunters and how since the beginning of time they've loved chasing their prize, but that's all been said before. So instead, I'm going to get right to the point. Picture this. Let's say there are 2 women, Ashley and Christine. Both of them like a guy named Joe, and both of them have a different approach when it comes to showing it. Where Ashley goes out of her way to send over-the-top text messages that ooze sexual innuendos and make it known that Joe can have her any time of day, Christine does quite the opposite. See, Christine plays the slow game. She's a bit flirtatious with him, but she knows how to hold back too. In other words, she creates tension between Joe and herself, but she does so in a way that keeps him on his toes and wondering whether or not he could actually win her over. Because of this intrigue, Joe is interested in Christine. I mean, he knows he can have Ashley, and he may even assume that she behaves this way with other guys too. So really, where's the challenge in that? So, as you've gathered from that example, it's important that you keep the man you're into working for your affection and attention. To do so, you're going to want to send him subtle hints that you're into him without going overboard in your text messages. When done properly, this sort of encouragement will have him hooked. Number 3, tease him. Whether you're ready to jump between the sheets with this new guy or not, letting him know that he does in fact stand a chance in this department will make him feel intense desire for you. Now, that's not to say you have to explicitly tell him so. I mean, saying that you want to have sex with him isn't the smoothest move you can make, and I highly suggest you don't do so. But subtly teasing him will do the trick. So, from clever hints to playful wording, there's so many ways you can do this successfully. My recommendation here is to read the signals he's sending you and respond accordingly. For example, if he's all about the flirty banter, then play along with it. If he's into texting about the physical aspects of your relationship, then choose the right words to tease and turn him on. Just be careful here. As I mentioned in tip number 2, you don't want to come on too strongly, so let him take the lead and give back about 75% of what he's giving you. Number 4, appreciate him. Did you know that most men would say they feel unappreciated by their woman? It's sad, but true. Instead of joining this fad, be the woman who makes her man feel like $1,000,000. When you do, you can bet your buck that he'll be filled with love for you. If you've ever been in a situation where you felt unappreciated or undervalued, then you know how much it sucks and how detrimental it can be to your ego. With this in mind, it makes sense why a man wouldn't want to be with someone who didn't take the time to tell him that he's cared for and appreciated. There's no excuse not to either, because it doesn't take much to show him that you appreciate him. Yet, this kindness will move mountains for him. To do so, make a point to recognize and thank him for the little things he does for you in your text messages. Even something as simple as sending, "I appreciate you and love having you in my life," or "Thanks for being there for me," will be soul-shaking in his books. So do these things. It's basically the recipe for winning him over. Number 5, be your own person. Take a moment to think about some of the ladies you admire most, be it those you know personally or celebrity figures. Ask yourself what it is about them that you like so much. I'm willing to bet it has something to do with them being driven, ambitious, strong women. One of the most attractive traits a woman can possess is independence. This means that when you can be the kind of person who knows what they want and isn't afraid to go after it, that will do wonders for winning over the heart of any man. The truth is, men want to be with women who they can complement, not complete. So, if you're sending the message that you need a guy in your life by being too clingy or codependent, then you're going to have a harder time getting one to commit. Opposite that, if you have a fun, full life and are a motivated, inspiring type, then women will be lined up for a shot with you. Not to mention how much he'll look forward to hearing from you because you are the full package. Make sense? I want to hear your thoughts. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for texting in a way that will make men feel intense desire for you, I encourage you to post those in the section below. I'd love to hear from you and will do my absolute best to respond to each of you as soon as possible. Before I wrap this video up, I want to say thanks so much for watching. I really do hope that you can take what you've learned here today and apply it to your own life. If you did enjoy this video or found my tips helpful, then please don't forget to show your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel. One last thing, if there's a particular relationship or dating topic that you'd like me to cover in a video, then let me know. Before you do though, be sure to check out my channel because who knows, there could already be a video there waiting to be watched by you. So then ladies, until next time, take care and good luck.